Okay, so I've been having a little bit of a whine coming from my subwoofers, and I've looked it up, and a bunch of people say it's weird to do, but it's a common thing. Ground out your RCAs. That doesn't sound like a good thing to do. You just get something cheap, something small, some Scosche 18 gauge, whatever speaker wire you have. You don't want it to be too thick. You just wrap it around each one and then ground it. You can ground it there, ground it on the side, ground it in there. Doesn't matter. Just ground it. I'm gonna try and do one piece of wire and wrap around all of them and ground it to that little center screw. See how it's gonna look kind of ugly, but I'm gonna do the best I can. These are the tools you'll need to ground your RCAs and get rid of your engine noise. A pair of sturdy pliers to grab the wire, so in case your hands get slippery. They're not necessary, but they helped me. Some needle nose pliers. I have ultra needle nose. I have a 6-in-1. You could just use a normal screwdriver or a pocket screwdriver. Some dikes, wire strippers. Some wire that's not too big. It doesn't really matter, preference, it's whatever you have laying around, and your radio. I don't know what length of wire I'm going to need yet, so this is about a foot, maybe? Make sure when you're stripping it, you don't cut into the copper or aluminum, whatever wire you're using. Just strip it by like 2 inches at a time. Just make sure you twist it the same way that it's being twisted in the shield, so you're not causing any extra bulkiness in the wire. I imagine you could put it in a vise, twist it really tight. I don't have a vise and I don't have a cordless drill, so I'm just doing the best I can out of what I've got. My hands are getting a little slippery, that's why I'm using another pair of pliers. I already know that this wire is going to be too long, so I'm going to have to trim it. You're going to have a set of dikes. Screwdriver, 6-in-1. Doesn't really matter. As long as you got a screwdriver that you could use. Helps giving you an advantage by, first off, make sure you have a flat end to start with. instead of something that's frayed. Get something that you can wrap the beginning part that you're gonna go around your screw, so you can already go around your screw. And it just helps you out a little bit more. So you got something like this going on. And then you can just use your screwdriver or your fingers and just kind of push it in closer. Pull it down, push it in, pull it down, push it in. Make sure you put the wire, so when you tighten the screw, it's going with the screw, as if it would be wrapping around it, just to make sure you have a good chunk of it under there. You can put a ring terminal, crimp it on, solder it on, whatever. I don't like to do soldering anymore. This part isn't going to be the prettiest, so don't be a perfectionist. Here's what I've ended up with. I have room to where the main lead can go under it again, so can another one. I'm gonna loosen the screw, tighten it back down, or you can just end it. Your RCAs are gonna keep these wires down, so just make sure these are decently tight on there, wrapped around wire, so it should stay. So let me get that done, show you. Here's what I've done so far, nothing fancy. And then you just tighten the screw down. I'm keeping tension on this wire as I'm tightening it. And you just pull on it. I wish I can give you guys a better camera view, but this is just recorded off my phone. The things we do to have good quality for base, for SQL, SPL, everything. So I've cut off the extra little bit. That's what I've ended up with. Now the only thing is to test.